Unmute, please.
Nope.
The microphone might not be engaged.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Good.
can.
Okay. Start again. This meeting will come to order. It is 8:27 p.m. It's a special meeting. It is Wednesday, December the 9th, 2020. In accordance with Governor Abbott's declaration of the COVID-19 public health threat and action to temporarily suspend certain provisions of the Texas Open Meeting Act, a quorum of the District Board of Directors trustees will hold its regular board meeting by video conferencing or teleconference. The public will have the option. You hear me now?
Yes.
The public will have the option to attend and participate in the meeting remotely by video conferencing or by teleconference. Members of the public may access this meeting. Further information on joining the meeting will be available at the Mission CISD website at www.mcisd.net. Public comments. Members of the public wishing to make public comments during the meeting must register by emailing Ms. Gallardo before 4 p.m. on the date of this meeting. Ms. Ana, do we have anyone speaking? No. Okay. I will now call roll. Mr. Jerry Zamora. Ms. Veronica Mendoza.
Present.
Ms. Petra Ramirez. Ms. Aris Iglesias. Mr. Juan Gonzalez.
Present.
Mr. Roy Vela.
Present.
Minnie Rogers, myself, we have a quorum of 7. At this time, I'll ask us to please stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence. Ms. Aris Iglesias will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of United States,
of America, and to the republic for which it stands,
it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice
for all. Pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God.
Under God.
Okay. We have no comments from the public, so now we're in number 4, discussion and possible action. Dr. Perez?
Approval of annual financial report for the year ended June 30, 2020. Ms. Ruiz?
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Madam Superintendent, members in the audience. First item on the agenda is the approval of the annual financial report for the year ended June 30th, 2020. In the audience, we have once again, Mr. Aaron Rios and Carla Gomez Garcia, the district's independent auditors with Carrick and Ingram. We also have Ms. Becky McGee, who took the lead in the audit for the district. And as you know, she's the district's internal auditor. Administration is bringing this agenda item for your consideration to approve the audited financial report as presented in the board workshop. If the board would like to have some highlights on that report, the auditors are available to do that as well.
However, it was previously presented during our board workshop. Are there any questions? No?
No question.
Okay, so the administration recommends that the Board of Trustees approve the annual financial report for the year end June 30, 2020.
I so move.
A second.
Second from Mr. Juan Gonzalez, I think. From Roy Vela. Roy Vela was the second. If you will, if we're all on our screen, will you please raise your hand when I call your name? Mr. Jerry Zamora. Ms. Veronica Mendoza.
Aye.
Petra Ramirez. Ms. Iris Iglesias. Mr. Juan Gonzalez.
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
Roy Vela. And myself. Motion carries with 7-0.
The next two items on the agenda, we are going to be moving to executive session.
Miss, the auditors from the meeting,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
auditors, you're welcome to disconnect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so we are going to go into executive session. Madam President?
Trying to read it. Okay. We're going into executive session at 8:33 for private consultation with board attorney, Texas Government Code 551.071, deliberation regarding real property, closed meeting. A governmental body may conduct a closed meeting to deliberate the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property if deliberation in an open meeting would have a detrimental effect on the position of governmental body in negotiations with a third person.
Okay.
Consideration and possible action regarding purchase of real property. Dr. Bettis.
Yes, at this time, we'd like to go into executive session because number 2 and number 3 pertain to executive session. We'd like to keep Mr. Ricardo Rivera and Ms. Lorena Garcia in executive session. Mr. Rivera, maintenance and operations assistant superintendent, and Ms. Garcia, deputy superintendent for support services. And so we will
Okay.
begin executive session.
We begin.
We'll-
Okay.
We'll need a
And we're going to
motion.
ask everyone,
So
go
we'll
ahead and
give,
make the motion. Motion for executive session.
there's a motion for executive session.
So move.
Seconded.
Let's move.
Okay, I really don't recognize voices. Who made the motion?
Juan Gonzalez makes the motion.
Okay, the motion is by Juan Gonzalez, and the second,
I seconded.
and who was that?
Iris.
Iris? Okay, all those in favor? Again, raise your hand for me. We're all on the screen, please. Okay, everybody has your hand up? Jerry, put your hand up. Okay. 7-0. We are now in executive session.
And then announce.
8:35.
announce the time.
35.
There you go.
8:35.
It is 9:13. We are back from executive session. Dr. Perez.
Yes, ma'am. The administration recommends that the Board of Trustees consider impossible action regarding the purchase of real estate. And for that, we have a resolution so for the board to authorize the purchase of real estate. And the property, and as discussed in executive session, whereas the Board of Trustees of Mission CISD determines that it is advisable to purchase a property and desires to purchase the estate of said property, and whereas purchaser is authorized to acquire the estate of said property in the name of the district under section 11151A of the Texas Education Code, which provides the trustees of an independent school district constitute a body corporate in the name of the district may acquire and hold real and personal property, and whereas purchaser is making the resolution for the purpose of authorizing the purchase of the estate of said property. Now, therefore, we are requesting that the board would resolve that Mission CISD would authorize the purchase of the property in accordance with 1115A of the Texas Education Code and Mission CISD Board Policy CHE Legal, and direct the superintendent to take all necessary steps to acquire the estate of said property in accordance with the same, and be it further resolved that the undersigned president of the Board of Trustees of Mission CISD would be authorized and directed to execute any and all instruments appropriate or necessary and effectuate the purchase of the property. If the board does approve, then the Board of Trustees in today's meeting, in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act and containing a posted agenda item, which we did, would deliberate regarding the purchase of the real estate property. So the administration recommends that the Board of Trustees approve the resolution and consider the possible action regarding the purchase of real estate property.
Do I have a motion?
Mrs. President, I go ahead and make a motion to accept the resolution as read.
Do I have a second? Who is that one? Thank you. It's a motion by Mr. Jerry Zamora, seconded by Mr. Juan Gonzalez. Let me do name calls. Jerry, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Veronica Mendoza?
Aye.
Ms. Petra Ramirez? Ms. Iris Iglesias?
Aye.
Mr. Juan Gonzalez? Mr. Roy Vela?
Aye.
And myself. We have a vote 7-0. Thank you. Next.
Okay, the next item is approval of supplemental budget amendment for the month of December 2020.
I so move. Betty Mendoza.
There's a motion on the floor from Ms. Betty Mendoza and a second from Ms. Petra Ramirez. Jerry, how do you vote? Ms. Veronica Mendoza?
They said
Aye.
Ms. Petra Ramirez?
Aye.
Ms. Iris Iglesias?
Aye.
Mr. Juan Gonzalez?
no, we already discussed it in executive
Yeah.
session.
Mr. Roy Vela?
Aye.
And myself. So again, the motion carries 7-0. Anything else, Dr. Perez?
No, because the amendment is for the real estate, and we had discussed it in executive session. Okay? Was there anything else you wanted to add? Okay, all right.
That's it?
That's it.
Any business before we come before the board? No? Okay. Do I hear a motion that we adjourn?
I so move.
I second it, Betty Mendoza.
I said a lot of you all.
Bye-bye.
I think everybody's ready. Okay. Can you
I
raise your
say
hand if you can see
aye.
you? Okay. Everybody
Aye.
raise your hand and I can get you. All right. Okay. Everybody has voted. I don't have to call your name. It is now 9:18 and this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you everyone for coming. I
Okay.
hope we continue all coming together.
Have a good evening, folks, and stay safe.
Thank
Take care.
you. Thank you.
I don't know. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Yeah.